My turn. Like Billy, I will not make it. Brian and I had a talk beforehand, and you did wonderful. You made it through. I only had one little crack. And I had to put a sport coat on because I was sweating so hard walking you down here. This has been the most stressful 3 months. I've been lying to you. One of the wonderful traditions in the command center is the Saturday morning walks. And Mike was a part of that and when I came on board, the first year I did it, I was way out of shape, so I did about half of it. But this year, the reason I couldn't go on most of the walks is because I've been terrified that I was going to blow this secret. Every email that I've sent, I've become so OCD. Every email that I send, I check the recipient list 10 or 15 times to make sure your name's not on it. Every text stream, I do the same thing. So I want to thank David. Thank you for allowing us to do this and helping us with this. Jawan, who I don't think is in the room, he was an accomplice. Mike and the command center group that has kept this secret from you. It's been wonderful. Obviously, Brian and Leo and I have had a blast putting this together. It's been a lot of fun. So I've got a couple of things for you as well. The first is Bill and I both served on the board of directors for the National Association of Sports Officials, not at the same time, but Barry Mano and Bill Topp from Referee Magazine. Barry, I won't read it, but Barry wrote you a very nice letter, especially for Barry. Barry doesn't like anybody, but he loves Bill Richardson. Go figure. And they did a commemorative cover.
Oh, look at that.
And then I'll say that. I've probably known Bill less time than almost anybody in the room. Which is amazing. The guys at the football crew dinner the other night heard me say that the only regret that I have is that I didn't get to work with you 25 years ago. And that's the truth. I mean, I've had a great career, but the last 3 years with Bill in the command center, it's amazing. I'm a big John Maxwell leadership fan. I read a lot of his books, and one of my favorite lines, and what he talks about when he talks about leadership, he says, and I hope I get this right, please, I hope you're recording. In leadership, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Let that sink in for a second. And Bill Richardson cares more about his family. It's one of the things I love the most about him, is that we talk more about family in the command center some days than we do football, but how much he cares about his family and how proud he is of his family is inspirational to me as a man. But how much he cares about the people that work for him, those of us that get to work with him every Saturday, those are some long days. But to be in that room with Bill has been altering for my career and my life. Obviously, the support that you've given me is beyond words. So I want to thank you for that. And as a gift from the command center group, and I know Mike has got something else coming down the road for you from the Pac-12 conference itself. But we've had a football made for you that just says Bill Richardson, Pac-12 official and instant replay supervisor, 77 to 2021. Thank you for your years of great service to the conference. So please.
Thank you. I'm shocked and dismayed again. Overwhelmed. But thank you very much. I've taken enough
This is
time.
the time, the appropriate time for your speech, right?
This is the beginning. Well, I already did. I mean, I'm not going to bore you people with this again because I know Liam's hungry, he's always hungry. He eats more than anybody I know, and he can put it away. I don't know how he does it, he's in shape. But anyway, the gratitude, I don't know, it's just unbelievable. And my time in the command center was so rewarding working with our crew that we had there. I mean, David supported us. He was in there for all the big calls and came in and supported all of you officials on whenever we could. That was our job, is to make sure that the Pac-12 looks good on these reviews and on the replays. And if we could do it, that's what we did. We supported everybody on it. And I think you can see that in our evaluations that I send out every week from the great job you do in the replay booth, so that we can get that. And with Brian and Leo and Dave in there, I mean, we were in good hands. And one of the things that I'm most proud of, we led the country the last few years in speed of instant replay. We didn't have any successful coaches challenges for about 3 years in a row. We had a couple of minor ones, but they didn't mean much in the very end of it. But we really did a good job. We were on top of everything that was important to do. And the guy that was standing behind us, making this stuff work and pointing it out, Mike Ortiz is an amazing video guy. I mean, he would spot these replays quicker than anybody. We had one last night, and I said to Mike, 12 little pictures up on our multi-screen. Mike, where did you see that? Where did you see it? It was on a loose ball that we had. We couldn't confirm who recovered it or not. And the call was right in the field. You guys nailed the call. But Mike had it, he spotted a picture with the ball between the guy's legs, and so it's just unbelievable the support you gave us. And so when we go through a replay and we'd have something pop up in the replay center, Mike would be back, look at replay Bravo, look at replay Charlie, and that we'd bring it up on the screen, and they're the ones that we nail it. So we're in good hands. As long as we keep Mike Ortiz in there controlling everything, we're in good hands. Good hands. And under great leadership with David, I just read it on this morning from Merton Hanks, who put out a release of how good our officiating has been this year. We avoided any major train wrecks. We didn't have to put out any special responses on Sunday mornings to cover us. So it's a tribute to the job you're doing and the leadership you provided for us, David. Thank you.
Hey, Bill, hey, you the man. Man of the day, right? After that game, that great game that we officiated last night, we got together, and some of you were there. One of the things that I said relating to Bill was how long he and I have known each other. And that goes back 20 years. That goes back 20 years. And you might remember when the NFL brought instant replay back into the game. And Bill and I were honored to be part of that group. Bill was what we would call an IR1, I was an IR2. But that's where we made our connection. And ever since then, I have really admired Bill for all he does, how he cares about people, how he trains people, how he works hard, his dedication, his attention to detail. You all have heard me about that, about when I talk about what's important, attention to detail. So all I can say is, Bill, thank you. Thank you so much for not only working with me and assisting me and assisting the staff, but for being my good friend. So Bill, thank you very much.
Made reference to the sacrifices that people make that get involved in this business, because those of you that have been around this business, the significant other at home, are a tremendous amount of support. And we didn't want this event to go by without getting a Barb up here to take a little treasure home as our support for her and what she did for her lovely husband, Bill. Barb, come on. Thank you. There you go. And if you want to say something, you're welcome to.
It's been a journey. perfectly up and down. Wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. We are so blessed to have our family and all of you being part of what I love doing with Bill. Thank you.
I don't know why. I've known Bill since 1981, not 1881. When I first came in the conference, Bill, we worked games together. You were a field judge, I was a back judge, and I was fortunate to be on your crew for, I think, 6 or 7 years. We had a great time. I got to tell you a story. We had a tradition on our crew that once every season for one game, we had an ugly tie contest. And whoever wore the ugliest tie didn't have to buy dinner that night. So for 7 years, one weekend, Bill never bought a tie. And I'm not sure if you were shopping at Ross Dress for Less or what, but you were the runaway winner. Anyway, we have a gift from the replay group, and I know you're heavily into biking, person-powered biking, and so we have a gift for you from the group, and you can use it hopefully there to prevent some further head injuries. Gonna have a petrol.
Thanks, Jared. Thanks, Jim. Wow. This is really something. And Liam, will you wear this for me?
Of course.
Put that on, see if it fits. Hey, thank you guys. Thanks for the unbelievable. And just the other thing, one other thing that I forgot to mention was involve your families. All these great events that we get, you go through the years working Pop Warner and all the way up and you're away from home. So when the time comes and the time's right, involve your families in it because it's time to pay it back. Thanks, guys.
Hey, Bill, it's Dean, and I just want to congratulate you on an amazing career. 50 plus years in officiating. I haven't even been on this earth more than 50 years. I've learned so much from you, and I truly appreciate all of our interaction, our friendship, our professional relationship, our personal relationship. It's been so amazing to learn from you, and I really cherish our friendship, and I want to congratulate you on an unbelievable career, and best of luck on anything and everything that you do going forward. And I'll always appreciate you and everything you've done for officiating and the Pac-12 and myself and everybody else that you've touched. Congratulations. And best of luck.
Hey, Bill Richardson, it seems like as long as I've known you, you've been putting out fires, right? I mean, you were putting out actual fires. Then you were a referee and you put out fires like on the football field. And then you went to replay and you were putting out fires then too. So an incredible career. And I know that we didn't always agree on everything that you did or what I did, but never did I question your integrity. I mean, you have been great for the game of college football. You've been great for the Pac-10/12. Were you actually around when it was the Pac-8? Maybe so, it seems. But you have been great for football and great for all of us that have had the opportunity to officiate this great game of ours. So I wish you nothing but the absolute best. I hope you get more bike rides and ride into the sunset and enjoy the rest of your time. We all thank you, and I thank you for what you have done to the game and what you have done for all of us. So, all the best.
Here, before I start, I am not going to hold it together already. Thank you all for coming to this intervention of my dad's retirement party. I don't know what my mom's going to do with him around all the time now, so if you guys can get in his ear and maybe come up with some other opportunity for him, that would be great. Retirement has been on the table for a long time. He's been promising this for quite a while, but it looks like he's here at the final stages here. Unless he got this so we could all pump him up with positive thoughts. That's always a thing. You can't have success without a great team. Obviously, he's got a great team with the Pac-12. Got a great team with his crew, great team with his study groups, and the family as well. Your first game was in '77. I think it was UCLA Purdue. I think it was an alternate on that and got brought into the game. Fast forward, field judge, fast forward to his last game last night, December 3rd, 21, 44 years in the Pac-8, Pac-10, Pac-12. They had to get you out before they made another change to another conference edition. You've made a lot of sacrifices over the years. Time away from family, time away from other things that are important. Nobody made a bigger sacrifice than Mom. Well,
Amen.
she lost countless days and nights to Dad's studying, watching tape. Every weekend for 6 months she was without her husband. That's going to change, and we'll see how that goes. But throughout all of this, she's always been your biggest fan and your biggest supporter. Nothing could speak more than that, to have somebody like Mom in your corner. Whew. Your tireless studying of the rules, endless hours of watching film, has catapulted you to the top of your profession. You've had a handful of national championship games, Rose Bowls, Sugar Bowls, Cotton Bowls, East-West games, countless East-West games, but I don't know if we'll even count those. Those are like officiating a JV game compared to the other games that you've been working with. You've certainly given back to the game that's given you so much. You've mentored countless people. You've scouted and recommended hundreds. You sat on rules committees to make the game a better and safer game. And this is an incredible journey, and you guys have all in some way been a part of this for my dad, and I know he appreciates it, so good job.